welcome back to my channel. I decided to do a little miking myself up today. Hopefully you can hear me better and I don't like fling my hair over the microphone, but whatever. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about proteins, being vegan and gluten-free. Protein can be sort of challenging. You know, you always get that, what do you even eat? Like, what do vegans eat? And being gluten-free, celiac is like, oh my god, what actually do you eat? I'll give you a little rundown of the things that I eat. Episode protein. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do this. So I'm going to start off with the frozen things because I want to put them back in the freezer and it's like 20 something, it's like 25 degrees outside right now. I'm going to start with mock meats. This is really great for introducing yourself to vegan items and it's super easy. There's so many different things. Being gluten-free is like slightly more challenging because you can't have like nuggets or things like that, but you can have Beyond and Impossible, and I believe Light Life is gluten-free too. They all make burgers, ground, and etc. I got a big boy pack of burgers here. Sometimes I just even defrost one and smush it up and put some taco seasoning and make like 3 tacos out of it. And then my second one is going to be Garden, however you pronounce it. Their ground is gluten-free. They do have other things like fish sticks and stuff like that, but unfortunately they're not gluten-free. But this bad boy is, which oftentimes I'll take a pack of Beyond Ground and then I'll just top it up with this to make it more filling. If I'm making tacos or burritos or whatever, super good filler. You can just throw this in chili, whatever. So I'm gonna put these back in the freezer and I'll be right back to show you the rest. Let's get back to it. Next up, I'm gonna talk about the OG tofu. Tofu has got to be like the original, has to be like the original protein source for vegetarian and vegan people. Amazing, love it. So versatile, so many things you can do with it. My favorite thing to do is marinate it, so I'll press it, cut it up, marinate it in so many different marinades you can do overnight, whatever. Throw it in the oven, throw it in a pan. The options are endless. So there's a reason why millions and billions of people eat tofu. Oh, and there's a lot of different kinds. Soft tofu, medium, firm, extra firm. I always buy the firm or the extra firm because that's just the kind of tofu we like. Next up, another soy product. One of my absolute favorite things ever. Soy curls. And where I live, it's actually really hard to find them. There's only one store here in my city and the whole region actually that sells them. They're also soy. That's the only ingredient. A lot of these protein sources are just one ingredient, so woohoo, obviously not the mock meats, but these they're dehydrated, they look like chicken, rehydrate them, and then you can marinate them, or is it marinate them? So usually what we do is we just soak them in boiling water with some seasonings, strain them, press them, get all the liquids out so that they can absorb the new delicious seasonings. I've made chicken noodle soup with these. Fabulous. These bad boys, they're healthy. Maybe I should tell you guys how much protein. I don't know. There's 11 grams of protein in 3/4 cup dry. I don't want it to be about that because I don't really care. I just eat food. So anyways, that is soy curls for you. Next up, I'm going to talk about lentils. So these are red lentils. As I always just buy a giant bag and throw them in this container. I put them in soup, curries, like literally so many things so the red lentils are more of like a soup lentil, I would say. Rinse them and then just toss them in, and they take about 40 minutes or 45 minutes to cook, so that's why I consider them to be a soupy one, because they just thicken up soup so much and they add protein as well. There is also brown and green lentils. There might be more, yellow maybe. Those ones are also great. I don't eat them as often, but usually if I do, it's in like dal or something like that. These ones I like to just sneak in, just hide them in there. It's delicious. Amazing, love these. And super high in protein, so I think lentils are like one of the top. Next up, we have beans. I guess legumes maybe as well count. Beans, legumes, same thing, I don't know. Don't ask me. And chickpeas. I'm putting them together because they're both in cans, and I swap them sort of and use them relatively for the same things. So like if I have a soup, I might put a can of chickpeas in it. If I have a can of soup, I might just put a can of beans. Kidney beans, black beans, whatever. There's like a zillion kinds of beans out there, so take advantage of that shit because beans are delicious. You can also make refried beans. I just love beans. And of course chickpeas, which I actually find a little bit more versatile than beans. Dare I say, more versatile than beans. You can make like chickpea salad sandwiches. You can use the aquafaba to bake with. You can throw them in soups. You can mush them up into stews. Curries. I just made a chickpea curry last night. Falafel. Excuse me. I have a delicious brownie recipe using aquafaba, and I have some aquafaba in the fridge right now to make brownies. So chickpeas are just they're the underdog, I'd say, and I just love them so much. 6 grams of protein in half a cup. Last but not least, I'm actually going to talk about one more thing here, and it's a protein, but it's not really a protein, because I say this because the protein level is very small. Okay, but the items you can make with this are protein items traditionally. So whatever. If you are gluten-free, this is a really nice lifesaver because like I said, you can't eat nuggets. You literally cannot find vegan. You can't even find regular chicken nuggets gluten-free. So excuse me, I don't know who the fuck is not doing that, but they need to. So I'm going to talk about jackfruit. If you couldn't have guessed it by now, I'm going to talk about jackfruit. So I love jackfruit, super versatile because you can make pulled pork, pulled chicken sandwiches. You can bread it, you can deep fry it, like super easy to use because you just drain them and rinse them and like marinate or just put some salt. Super easy. I've never had a terrible jackfruit sandwich even, and you can even buy this pre-made Tex-Mex pulled whatever at Superstore. PC has a brand and it's cheap. It ain't even expensive. It's not a very big portion, but it's not expensive. So anyways, if you want to try it, I would suggest doing that first probably, but it's very easy to use, very delicious. That's about it. 2 grams of protein in 7 pieces. Our tofu has, tofu, a quarter of a package has 14 grams of protein. So as you can see, can you stop? Oh, it's a blue jay. Why are you screaming? Why? I think there's a feather in my yard actually from this blue jay. Why? Okay, anyways, yeah, that's a lot of protein in a very small portion. Tofu, that's why it's boss. That's why it's boss. Could you imagine? Jesus, this wildlife out here, guys. I wish I had the bag for the red lentils, but I know it's high in protein. Yeah, but we ain't about that life. We don't count calories. We don't check our macros. We don't do any of that here. So if you want to know that shit, do not come to me. Do not come to my channel. I don't give a shit. I give a shit about how my gut feels, how my mental health feels, and if I feel good and if I can go to the gym, if I have energy, that's what I consider to be healthy and nourished. If you are like that, please come along. I will show you all of my things that I do. Anyways, now that's gonna be it for the video. So I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Now you can tell people, oh yeah, this is what I eat being a vegan for protein, or this is what I eat. Although, of course, there's more things that have protein in them. Those are just the main ones that I decided to choose today. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.